All right, what's up, everybody? It's the Two Dudes Podcast. Along with Kevin Manning, I'm Richard Kearney, and we got another one for you. Um, First and foremost, thank y'all for listening in, whether it be on podcast form or on YouTube. Appreciate y'all. Kevin, we getting ready to go out of 2020 into 2021, and I don't think it's soon enough.
I left 3 weeks ago, so I just need y'all to catch up.
All right, now today on our podcast journey, as we go forward, um, like I said, a lot of this is looking back on this crap year, but at the same time, we want to look forward to bigger and better things. And man, first and foremost, if you have any questions, comments, or you just want to drop us a line, make sure that you hit that like button if you're on YouTube, share the video, subscribe if you haven't already, hit the notification bell. That way you never miss an episode. And regardless of what platform you're on, make sure that you subscribe. We here every week. Usually, new episodes come out every Thursday. I know last week and this week it'll come out on Wednesday, but that's because of the Christmas and New Year's holidays. So just think of it as our gift to you. Anyway, Kevin, how you been doing?
I'm here. I'm hanging, slaying and banging. Doing what I got to do to make it through the day. What about yourself?
I'm good. Get my exercise in every day. I've been running an awful lot lately, and that has to do with my 2020 goals, and I'm gonna use it to spring forward on my 2021 goals as well.
Yeah, I've been meaning to ask you how's your recovery been on your leg? Since you're supposed to take it slow, but you're running 6 miles a day according to the alerts I get.
Oh, yeah. You remember that race that I ran in October,
Yeah.
which would have been my first one back?
Mm-hmm.
Everything was fine, and I haven't looked back since then.
Okay. Do you think your diagnosis was a part of why you had the issue?
No, no.
Separate issues?
Yeah, ankle injuries got nothing to do with prostate
Okay.
cancer.
You just never know. They always say everything's connected together.
Yeah, one is just because I'm old and breaking down, and the other is just because I'm old and breaking down.
Yeah, I mean that explains why you're dressed like Mr. Magoo right now. This is really fucking with me. Like you about to go on a conservation hike to find out where toilet paper is when the pandemic hits again.
Bro,
You about to
I'm
go
just trying
discover
to
some
make it
water or
through.
something. You about to go find a fountain. What's going on here? Are you auditioning for the what do they call it? The sexy grandfathers is running off grandma. That's you auditioning for?
The
Because that's
silver
what you're
fox.
looking like right now. It's really fucking with me.
The silver fox. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Nah,
you're going for.
I'm just trying to be a little bit more stylish. Like I said, going into 2021, I want to look better. I want to dress better. I want to feel better. I want to reflect it when I'm around other people as well. I want to make them
Well,
better.
the best way to do that is to
Yeah,
stop being a Raiders fan.
I ain't trying to hear that mess.
Then you're always going to stay in second versus first.
That man got one Super Bowl championship, and he ready to walk on water. What's up, man?
Now, I'm just saying, just the Raiders suck. Period. That's all I'm saying. Just want
You
to
were
put that
sweating.
out there.
You were sweating until they start dropping games.
And I wasn't worried. I just want everybody to know real quick. I've won a six pack from Richard. He has yet to acknowledge that I've won it. He's going to wait to the last game to say that they have been eliminated
No,
from the
no,
playoff.
I will acknowledge right now because let's face it, there's no way they're going to win. There's no way they're going to get into the playoffs because they got eliminated against Miami.
Yeah, and I sent them the elimination, and also I didn't have to buy him a bottle. And just as
Well, the
I
bottle was for 11 wins.
yeah, I said I didn't have to do that either. I just want to put that out there. I won on both accords, so that little bottle of apple crown, I went ahead and drunk that in your honor. Let me go ahead and drink this bottle in his honor because he don't need to see a bottle. He might cut himself or something. So I went ahead and drunk that for him. It was quite tasty.
You know what though? Real talk. And I know we'll get to this later on, but it kind of hurt me more to lose in the second round in our fantasy league than it did for me to have the Raiders miss the playoffs this year because I had really high hopes.
Yeah, because you was right there. It's understandable.
But anyway, everybody, this is our 39th show. 39. And we started what, back in April?
Shit, I believe so.
So
You had a lot going on there. I don't remember exactly when it was. I just know it was a day.
that's true.
It's been. I thank you for this because this has been a good distraction from the whirlwind that's been my life. So that this is something I've looked forward to. Lets me exert energy, get shit off my chest. That it don't have to do with the. It helps me get shit out, but on something else. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
what people don't realize it's hard taking the high road and being humble when you're dealing with someone that wants to get a rise out of it. And so there's a lot of regards this has helped to where I've stayed even kill because I pride myself on being even kill and just level headed and doing what needs to be done when it needs to be done. Sometimes that's easier said than done. So I can appreciate what this has done for me. Even though we know this is only gonna hit so many people a week, it's gonna take a miracle before for us to get through this unnecessary ass algorithm that YouTube has made, which is smart because how many people are on YouTube, but at the same time it's kind of ridiculous. It's ridiculous, but we can appreciate it, enjoy it, we have fun with it. I think this one will go ride for way longer than the last one did. Then we already surpassed the last one.
Yes,
I
we have.
think
We went to 23 or 24, something like that.
okay. Yeah, 'cause this one, everything is it's amazing how what technology can do to improve things 6 months to a year after the fact. I always say, something's too early. Well, if it's too early, shut it down, get in the bunker, and wait for that right time. Because it's gonna come. You just need patience.
So that's proof to the rest of y'all that we were just ahead of our time.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, it was done with what we had in the best way, but it was choppy. But all said and done, with all this, thanks to the pandemic and all these Zoom meetings and stuff like that, it made it accessible and make more sense.
Yeah.
So I can appreciate it.
Real talk. Um, I'm thinking about, I'm going to say 15, 20 more episodes. I think that's when we're really going to see our blow up. We at that stage now where we put out a nice handful of episodes, but I don't think that, and it's not just the YouTube algorithm. I think it's public that knows about us already too.
Mm-hmm.
They don't think that we for real yet. You know, yeah, it's called the Two Dudes Podcast, and first thing that comes to people's mind, just two dudes trying to do something.
Mm-hmm.
It's about more than that, and we trying to like put ourselves out there by exploring several topics. We talk sports a lot. That's true because that's what we know. That's what we love. But we also talk about so many other things. And that's why we invite people to come on the show. If you got something that you want to promote, you got something that you want to talk about, hit us up. We will take anybody, anywhere, anytime. We'd love to have you. Unless you come on the show drunk, which I might come on the show drunk if the Kansas City Chiefs win the Super Bowl again.
You're gonna come on the show with tears that day. I'm taking that day off. Come be too busy celebrating. You will see a silhouette of me just like this, double fisted. That's how I'm getting down.
Okay, first of all, we already know you're not taking the day off because you're just gonna be starting, so you don't want to take the day off that fast. Second of all,
You
who
ain't
are
never
we fooling?
lied.
Who are we fooling? They ain't gonna win. They had trouble with the Falcons last week. It's getting ready to catch up with them. It's getting ready to
It's
catch up
like
with them.
it's like punk ass Tony Gonzalez said. We got to stop playing to the level of our opponent. That's all. We've shown we can put the foot on the gas and blow motherfuckers out. We just need to do it, and that's all. Because that motherfucking defensive line, we ate that offensive line for lunch. We was killing them. We wasn't scoring like we should have been. So I mean, it happens. You see when Mahomes got pissed, he threw the shit out of that ball. Even Robinson couldn't believe that ball got there like that. You see, he got it, it bounced off, then he caught it. He was so thrown off guard. But it's just when you literally can flick a ball 50 yards with no strength behind it, it's insane. that almost interception to Tyreek Hill, he literally just flicked that ball. That's why it dropped when it did, because Tyreek usually a jump up, reach down, and grab it. They putting bigger corners on Tyreek to where they're killing the reach over. They need to adjust to that. But outside of that, he just literally flicked it. If he would actually put something behind it, it would have went to Tyreek. He would have caught it. Then we'd hope that Tyreek's footwork would have been in bounds. But it's neither here or there. They did what they got to do. The story is what happened in Vegas, but what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. We'll let ESPN keep replaying it. So what's first subject? What's first subject?
Hey, like I said, we running out of 2020, we running into 2021, but I want to go over something real quick with you for 2020 because you're the music man. So I want to hear it from you. What were the top 5 releases in 2020?
See, and that's the thing. This year, music came out slow. It came out at a snail's pace to where I really don't think anybody really took the crown. Because as soon as something came out, then something else came and took the spot. It's like you literally just had I'm gonna hold this for a week, then I'm gonna hand it to you type thing. Because they put out music in bunches this year. Because let's be honest. Come April, what nobody thinking about no music. We trying to figure out what's going on with that. So there was a good steady just flat line of nothing really. Then you kind of got some stuff toward the end of the year, like T.I. put out, Busta put out. Theirs probably was 2 of the best. Then E40 and Too Short just put out a joint, when they did the verses. So it's just like verses save music. I'm put it like that. If verses hadn't happened, I can only imagine how the music industry would look. So in a way, verses save music to where you really don't even want to compare this year because nobody's touring. Nobody's doing club spots or whatever. No one's out doing festivals or anything. So you really don't know how the music reached or how it went. You just got shit that you just listen to. So I personally can't say who had the best this or that because I'm not seeing what numbers they putting up because I'm not seeing them on the road or seeing them come here or whatever. So like if anything, I look toward next year. Like next year, Kendrick's dropping, J. Cole's dropping. Dr. Dre supposedly has something in the works that it's closer and closer to coming out. If he wasn't for the whole divorce thing, it would have came out this year. To where more and more are working on it, and the consensus is, oh my God, y'all not ready. Then you got the so-called super group with Q, Snoop, Too Short, and E40. They're supposed to be just shutting it down group-wise. So you got those 4 right there. Then R&B wise, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I got a feeling if this comes out, it's gonna be a hot one. Kale's got something coming. I don't give a fuck about his out of the studio life. The nigga put together music. The nigga puts together hits. He's the only person right now. I think if they did a battle, Mary might be the only one that can touch him. I don't think anybody else can touch him song for song. I don't think anybody can touch him writing songs. You probably have to put Pharrell, JD, and Timberland with Puffy and Swiss in one room for writing records, and he probably still would beat them all because of records he done wrote. Because like this one comedian said, when you hear I Believe I Can Fly, you think you can motherfucking fly because of that damn song. You don't even worry about Jordan. You think about that song. And I was like, he got a damn point. So it's like he supposedly had something coming. Then like Keisha Cole got a CD coming. Trying to think. New Edition supposedly back together, and they got another one coming. But quick as they get back together, they break up.
See it.
You said what?
I said I'm not gonna believe that till I actually see it.
Exactly. I'm like, quick as they get back together, they break up. So you don't even worry about it. So like this year for music, it was good and bad. No one was great, no one was bad really. Like Griselda was big this year. Then they all did solo projects. Then somebody left the group. How you just leave the group and the group just got together? So it's just get everybody trying to make money the non-traditional way. So it's one of the things to where I'm just waiting to see what this year brings. Because I was on JD's IG page, and he was playing some Anthony Hamilton. Back to Charlene. That bitch need to come back home. That nigga still hurting. He come back to that nigga. He's still fucking hurting. Because the shit I heard that JD was playing, if that shit make the album, classic. He literally played 7 tracks. He don't need to skip none of them. Just let them ride. They could be 2, 3 minutes, 10-minute songs. Let it ride. That shit was amazing. So we're all just like, damn, can I hit rewind? Can I hit rewind? Shit was amazing.
Let me ask you a question then. And it's actually 2 questions. Here's the first part. If things don't change, do not change in 2021, and the virus is still heavy, we still got problems, how do you think that will affect the music industry? And the second part of that is, if this vaccine works and things start to get better, then how does that change the music industry on both fronts?
See, here's the thing. If it doesn't change, Rick Ross got an album coming out next year. It's supposed to be Heat. If it doesn't change, what's going to end up happening is you're going to have a lot of these artists start investing. They're going to have to get investments to maintain their livelihood. You'll have some that'll tour, that'll start adapting drive-ins to perform at, to where there'll be a lot of concert tours on the West Coast because of the weather. If they start coming time of year, they gonna have to figure out a way to single people out to where you're good, to where you're social distance from each other. How they gonna figure that out? I really don't know. But I did see where one of the restaurants on the plaza had these little bubbles to where it was like table chairs set up inside a bubble.
Mm.
Some place might have to go there to where they selling bubbles where everybody what they supposed to be. Only time somebody comes to your bubbles if you order something. I think it's like a little thing they open up, they stick it in there, you take it, they close it back up. Now that would be dope. That'd be that much more intimate. You take your lady, or you really can get your side chick game on. You take her or whatever, because you in the bubble. Who go see you? And you got you'll be like, hey, I get the frosted bubble, make it a little bit more intimate for me and my girl. Take your side chick, get in this bubble, and y'all watching Anthony Hamilton and music, and you just sitting back enjoying yourself. You ain't got to worry about nothing because you in the bubble. So I can see that happening because really, or what's going to get pushed that much more is you about to get more of the IG concerts or more of the YouTube, which is cool because like when Kev on stage does his Keep Your Distance comedy tour, I'm paying like $12, but I'm getting 7, 8 comics. That was me on the tour. That's like a $60, $70 ticket.
That's true.
Yeah, so it works. It works for me, in my opinion.
All right. So you brought up something interesting when you said that there'll be a lot more streaming with these shows, stuff on the television screen. And I noticed that you dropped me a message yesterday. Congratulations, by the way, to Kevin Manning, who's now a member of the Disney Plus family. It took you long enough, bro, but welcome to the club.
Motherfuckers. I will admit though, my daughters came home yesterday. Came home yesterday. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that one too. They and I was showing them how to work it and whatever, and just going through. And it was a lot of shit on there. I didn't realize there was so much shit on there. Granted, like it's not a lot on there, but it's like a lot of archive shit on there.
Yeah.
So they both was happy and everything. So they good to go. I only got it because of them. I'm gonna start watching Mandalorian today or tomorrow, one of the two. But I'll have it damn near done probably by next show.
Okay, that's good to hear.
So how long are the episodes?
See how you feel about that.
How long were the episodes?
They're only like 30 something to 40 something minutes each.
Oh, okay, I might smash that in a weekend. Then
Oh yeah, it shouldn't take you long at all because there's only 8 episodes a season.
okay, well that ain't gonna be shit then.
Oh yeah.
Okay, when I get off doing this bullshit, I'm gonna start watching.
All right. Um, you were saying something about the girls coming home.
Okay, so you know people say they like us to share shit or whatever. So
Sharing is caring, bro.
here's a share from my world. Now, you know, when everything dust cleared, I ended up with the house, right? So this is where they grew up in. We've been in this house. I looked, we've been in this motherfucker like 7, 8 years now, right? Girls is only 14 and 12. So they've spent the bulk of their life here. So therefore, this would be considered what?
Oh,
Okay. So they come, you know, they got a Switch for Christmas, which is fucking addictive. So if you get one, you will be on it. So that's you playing Mario Kart or something. Um, she brings it in because we haven't got them a travel bag for the system yet. So she brought it in and gonna say I wasn't gonna let them bring it at first because they wasn't gonna be at home, but since they got another week of school, I figured they could bring it. And I just looked at her. You wasn't gonna let them bring it because they wasn't gonna be at home. Where the fuck we at then if this ain't home? I mean, you feel me?
I understand completely.
So I had to tell my daughters, I was like, unfortunately, y'all got two homes. I said, you here with me, here with your mom. I said, I don't know what your mom talking about with your mom on. Y'all got two homes. Y'all can bring whatever the fuck y'all want here. I don't care. I said, so that was just some wild shit that didn't need to be said at all. And then I had to tell them because I noticed like some of them had the Christmas stuff that came with me when I went over there. I said, you ain't gotta lug shit back and forth. You know, leave what you want here, leave what you want there. You don't have to appease me. You ain't got to bring what I over because like Jai brought the whole Harry Potter 8 books. And I was like, you have to haul all that. I said, just whatever you want to bring it, it's fine. I said, you ain't got to be hauling 7, 8 books. And I was like, Kaylee, you ain't got to be hauling all these shoes or whatever. Just whatever you want to take with you, take with you. Wherever you want to leave there, leave here, leave it there. Nothing more, nothing less. Like you have two homes. So figure out what you want here, what you want there. I'm not losing no sleep over it. Yeah, but I just thought that was just real damn dumb and ignorant. I was like, really? So if this ain't their home, then am I a hoarder? Because if so, I need to stop paying bills in this bitch. you know, it was just so ignorant. But I thank you as I always say, because first thing you told me is you got to ignore a lot of shit and just don't take the bait. Cause I was about to be like, motherfucker, this is. But I was like, okay, all right. I just went
You
back in
always
the
get it to
kitchen.
your person. Always.
Yeah. First she kicked in like, where my Tupperware? It's right here. I know you wanted it back. It's right here. Then I'm looking like this is Tupperware I believe I bought anyway, but whatever. It's right here. Yes, it was yesterday was a motherfucker. Well about 20 minutes. I was like, this motherfucker right here. But then go
All
ask me later that night if because I called and asked her about something. No, okay. Talking to the girls. Ratatouille. Is that a boy or a girl? Is that a Universal cartoon movie as a kid, or is it a girls' cartoon movie?
I'm gonna have to say Universal.
Damn you! I told the girls it was a girl one, so I called their mom to verify it, and she said it was Universal. And she was like, "Why?" I asked it. I was like, "Well, I just got them Disney Plus, and they saw Ratatouille. They both wanted to watch it, and I was telling them how that's so not a girls' movie. And she was telling me, well, "Ain't the rat a boy?" I was like, "Shit, I don't know." But then all said and done, go talking about, "Can I use your Disney password?" But yet you come talking about this ain't they home, but now you want to backtrack and be like, and before you go say to me, um, "Oh, I mean, go ahead and get it." I ain't getting it. But yet they already had Netflix, and you're paying for Netflix because you was too lazy to cancel Netflix. That's why I don't believe that she's actually done what she said about her name. And let me just say, it
Wow.
What?
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but it is starting to rain really hard. Or that
That's
might
not
be,
rain. That's ice, bro.
yeah, ice. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
Because we got a dusting out here, and I heard ice and everything about 6 this morning.
Okay, sorry about that. Go ahead and finish.
No, you good. But no, that just I just found that hilarious. I was like, really? Okay, whatever. And me being me, I said, I don't care. I'll send it to you. Because if I don't want you to use it, I'll just change the password or something. I don't give two fucks about it. I was like, doesn't bother me any at all. And of course, she got silent because she was waiting on me to say some whole shit. And I'm like, too old for that. I ain't got time for that. It's fucking Disney Plus. It's not changing the world. It's not better in the world.
Bro,
It's just
don't fall into the trap. That's
no.
all.
I'm just saying this. That's something so minute and so minor. Give two fucks about that.
Good, good. It
I
shows
made
your
sure the
growth.
girls got it, and that's it.
It shows
You
your
know,
growth.
I'm
What
good.
matters.
You said what?
I said it shows your growth, and that's what matters.
Hey, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to grow. You know, it was a dream to be 6 foot, but somehow I stopped. I'm trying to get back to it.
Speaking of growth, I'm about to man up here, right now, right here, right now.
Okay.
No snide remarks.
No,
Straight up
I'm like, you got the floor.
props to you and your team, the Kansas City Chiefs, AFC West champions, the number one seed overall in the NFL and the AFC. Props. That's all I'm gonna say about that. That way, nothing negative accidentally falls out. Now,
I
moving on from
appreciate
that.
that.
I'm sorry, what?
I appreciate that.
Don't think that's gonna happen every year, though.
I was going to.
All right. What pains me more was the fantasy league. And I know we talked earlier in the season how last year I was one win short of making it to the playoffs,
Mm-hmm.
and I made it to the playoffs. And I know you said that I should be very happy about that,
Yes.
but to get in the tournament, to win in the tournament and go to the next round just to lose again, this one kind of hurt because I felt like I could have did it.
See, here's what you're failing to realize. Fantasy football is like football, period. It's a game of inches. Remember when we first started, how Jay went conference championship with like 3, 4 times and couldn't win? Then finally he got in and won a championship. It just happens. You either live to fight another day or you bitch up and leave. We done had a lot of them bitch up and leave. Which one you go do?
You know I ain't going nowhere.
Exactly. You know, I said I'm winning next year, and if not, fuck all this shit. But we both know if I don't, I'm coming back for year 11. Just hey, as long as people want to do it, we gonna keep doing it.
Yes, sir. But I could taste it this year. I could take. Damn it, Herb. I guess I would feel better about it if Herb had won again, because then I could say, well, I lost to the champ.
Now, I'm glad he lost.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, on
when I
that
saw
front,
this,
because we
I
didn't
saw
want
the
Herb to be
snow.
champion.
I said, "Oh, he's done." I saw that snow. I was like, "He's done. He's a done deal." What I didn't see was Devontae Adams blowing up like he did.
He had a good game.
Uh, and how about you'll love this? All said and done, why I beat Ben twice. We played again. Why we tie?
It happens, bro. It happens.
You literally can't beat somebody 3 times, even in the virtual world. And I had my quarterback, which was Josh Allen, snap. You know, I got Diggs, he snapped. Had Evans, he snapped. That right there was like 100 points. I think we both tied with 175.
Usually, when you get over 120, 125, that's usually a win. And for 2 weeks in a row, I went past 125 and lost because Herb had a dynamic game 2 weeks
Mm-hmm.
ago, and Luke had Alvin freaking Kamara go off the other day.
That dude, out of body experience.
As soon as he hit them 6 TDs, I'm like, oh well, see y'all next year.
Yeah.
And I did lose by 20-something points. So that's the difference right there.
Well, I need to make a change or something real quick. To put a smile on your face, I try to stay ahead of everything. Would you like to know your draft pick next year?
I should probably be somewhere in the middle since I finished fourth overall.
You will be 7. Your pick number 7.
7.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take that.
Hey, remember, for you it's gonna go 10 and up where you would be at. For
Yeah.
me, it's 1 down. So I'm the second pick. Yay. Ben's the first pick.
Ben is the first pick, huh?
Yep.
Hmm. I'm gonna have to start the off season early by wheeling and dealing, whispering in somebody's ears.
All right, let's get off this. Let's get to our topics.
All right. Real quick though, before I finish up sports, because we wanted to talk about Dwayne Haskins.
Okay.
Dwayne got
give your
done
take,
wrong.
then I'm gonna give mine. Come on, it's gonna be a little bit long.
I'm just straight out. I'm upset. Dwayne got done wrong. Yes, last week he did something he shouldn't have done, but the NFL doesn't really have a bubble per se, and he should have known better than to go to a strip joint, especially in the season when his team, as bad as the Washington football team is playing, they still have a shot of winning their division and getting in the tournament. So I see where the coaches and the front office is on him about why did you do that? Why did you do that? You put your team at risk in jeopardy. I get that. And I know that his play hasn't been stellar, but you don't cut the man, at least not still during the season. That's something you bench him and then you quietly do right when the season's over in the off season. And I think that the coach for the Washington team, Rivera, he mishandled it, and it's going to come back to bite him later. That's all I'm going to say on it.
Okay. Well, this is how I feel about it. First out the gate, it's a disrespect to a player or a coach to get fired with a week left. What is that really going to benefit? Nothing. Yeah, Washington's in a playoff run. Haskins on the bench ain't going to do nothing. It's not going to benefit. So it's not going to hurt. So that was really a waste of time. All you did was mess up that young man's career. Did he have issues? Yes. Did they get addressed? No, they didn't. Did you try to address them? No, you didn't. Why? Because the current coaching staff didn't want him. Here's the problem with the NFL and sports, period. Owners, if you're going to hire a GM, get out the war room. Stop being in the war room. Because as I looked into it, the owner wanted him because he was a local product, being from the DC area, playing for Ohio State and all that type shit. So he wanted him because he's thinking face of the organization, tickets, how he can market and make money off of them. That's what he's thinking. The coaching staff didn't want him. He got drafted reluctantly. So this turns to the Vince Young situation all over again in Tennessee when Jeff Fisher didn't want Vince Young because he had Steve McNair. Now, I personally think college sports, whether it be football or basketball, they need to make them stay all 4 years like women's basketball, because we're starting to have too many players that don't make it, that don't transition. So I think maturity-wise, I think they need to be there 4 years to mature. Now, a friend of mine did make a good point. Name a quarterback from Ohio State that's actually made a transition in the past 20 years.
That's a tough one.
You really can't think of one. The one who's going to the draft this year, he's probably the best option in a long, long time. Haskins still has some growing to do, some maturity to do. They were saying how when whoever's in QB come off the bench, instead of him being in a little QB circle, he's over there. Okay, if you see that's happening, why aren't you trying to fix that? The Redskins should have fixed the gap on why he's not meeting with the quarterbacks. Find out what's going on. They didn't invest in Haskins like they should have. Anybody else they going to invest in? You know what I'm saying? I understand you investing in Trent Green, I'm not Trent Green, but Alex Smith like you did because the man had 17 surgeries. You need to invest in that. So I put a lot of the Hanks on the Skins because they didn't do their part. But at the same time, I'm getting tired of hearing your play gives you a green light for your off-field play. That culture needs to stop because a lot of these young men, being young black men, are suffering because a lot of them, I ain't had millions of dollars. You know, I ain't had this strict work order to do this. I've had this shit handed to me, golden arm or these golden legs. And now you want me to do this, this, and this? You want me to go do this and that and do these pictures, that pictures? I ain't had no schedule. When I was in college, I didn't go to class. Class came to me, you know. So it's one of the things to where the NFL needs to really look into how they do things. Every team needs 2 or 3 vets. You need a vet for the offense, a vet for the defense. Hell, even give me a vet for fucking special teams. Excuse me, there's a retired, respectable player from your organization that can demand to be listened to. Because we losing too many fucking players. Like they even touched on Jamarcus Russell. If Oakland would have had a vet in place, who knows? Excuse me, just like with Mike Vick in Atlanta. Who knows what could have happened? 2 young brothers never had that kind of money before. You give him Jamarcus 49 mil, you give him Mike Vick 30-something mil or whatever. They need guidance because all they know is they got family with their hands out.
Now I will say this though, because I'm closer to the Jamarcus Russell situation because I'm a Raider fan. He had vets that were trying to get through to him, that wanted to talk to him. He had some old heads that had left the game. I know Rich Gannon was one of them. Said, "Hey, let me pull you aside and talk to you." Bo Jackson tried to talk to him.
But hold on, hold on. Here's the thing though. He probably didn't know who the hell Bo Jackson was, let's be truthful. And you're a young black kid. Do you give a fuck what Rich Gannon got to say? You get what I'm saying though. If I'm Jamarcus Russell, I don't know Bo for real. Bo knows what, Bo don't know me. I don't know who the fuck Rich Gannon is to care because he's a white boy. I ain't trying to hear him. You know what I'm saying? Bring me a black quarterback. Dante Culpepper. I know him. He a former Raider. Let me listen to him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to match up what you got. Hate to say it be a black-white thing. Sometimes it's a black-white thing, especially when it comes to money. So you got to do what's smart, and these teams aren't, and these kids is falling through the crack. Because I would love to see what Jamarcus Russell is right now. See what he did with that money, and I'm hoping he's not poor somewhere with no money. Just like last week, I love to see the fact that Ben Baker was assistant coach on the Milwaukee Bucks. He ain't working at Starbucks no more. He ain't playing in the D League trying to make ends meet as he blew all his millions. I was happy to see that. You know, it's like when they fall through the cracks, we don't reach back to pull them back up. We just let them fall. And that's really sad.
It is.
We looked at, and these kids need to stay 4 years so they can get a level of maturity because you really saw it this year's draft for the NFL with all them players at home. All them fucking players that you could just see leeches around them waiting on them to get paid. Like that shit needs to be changed. It needs to be fixed. Because otherwise you're going to have more Haskins because his feelings was hurt because he didn't get drafted where he should have. But at the same time, where his college coach should have stepped in and said something. But the college coach don't care because all it's going to show is Haskins, my player, 3 years, first round draft pick, 15th pick. Who want to come play quarterback for me? Who want to come play for me? First round is what you go get. And that's how he going to sell it. It ain't going to be about what he did in the league. A lot of people, they don't care what they do in the league. They look to see that they made it to the league. So like this, it really needs to be fixed. And then at the same time, Where's this man's agent at? Where's his agent at trying to help him? So it's
See,
just
that's
like,
who I would point to first is the agent. Because if you look at the coaches on the college side, his college coaches just like treating it like a factory. Let me get as
yeah,
many high schoolers as I can, run them 1 or 2 years through the program, push them off the pros. That makes our college grow, and we can recruit more people. And it's a process. In the NFL, it's less about recruiting and more about money. The owners have so much money that they want to invest, and they feel like if I'm going to give you 10, 12, $20 million a year, I'm not going to invest anything else in you because I want my money to go somewhere else. So it's a cycle, and it never gets broken by either the college team or the pro team. I feel the emphasis should be on the agent because the agent is the one making that 10 or 20% commission off of those contracts. So they need to make sure that that person is doing what they need to do and making more and more money so that they can grow too.
you know what? Agents need to treat these players like they are bondsmen and make sure they making it to court on time. That's what they need to fucking do. But that will require them to get more staff and all this. And it's crazy how don't want to spend money to improve my business, to improve my worth, but I'm gonna go buy this fucking car with the money I got off of you instead of making sure you good, you grow, we get a new deal, I get a new check. Or I hope you get endorsements, get a new deal on that, and I get a new check. But I'm just gonna take this little percentage you gave me. I'm about to go buy this car because I'm going to impress the next little young nigga that don't know any better. It's like
The
it's a cycle
problem
that
is,
needs to be revamped. Not just I wouldn't have cared if Haggins got cut in the off season, but to cut him before the season's up, you realize how many teams is looking and like, oh, we probably shouldn't mess with him if he got cut this early. Then he's this, that, and the
exactly.
third, and then they gonna call Rivera. Rivera go shit on him, and because since he didn't keep, and that's gonna be the end of it. Somebody gonna try to be funny and say Rivera cut him because he was out there wilding, playing with Corona, and he's recovering from cancer. Keep your ass at home. You decided to do chemo and keep coaching because you wanted that look of look at me because you took a hit when you got fired from Carolina. See, get the fuck out of here is the best way to put up for that bullshit. And the sad part about it is true. You wanted that image. Because all you hear is he was Iron Man doing chemo on these days and coaching on those days, and they wouldn't have practice on this. He was a real Iron Man. No, the fuck he wasn't. If you canceling class, you ain't no Iron Man. Get your ass out there. Coughing up blood or not, they can prop your ass up. You don't do shit anyway. You just walk around and talk to your coordinators. Put your ass on speakerphone. Do it from your office. So it's just Ron Rivera is on my list with Jeff Fisher. I just put it like that.
I understand. Uh, he's not quite on my list yet, but he's about to be, and that's one John Gruden. I blame my team's downfall squarely on him this year, and here's the reason why. I have no problem with the offense. All you Carr haters out there, you smoking something. There's nothing wrong with Carr. He puts up good numbers. He beat the world champs on one game and hung with him on the other. The reason why the Raiders are losing is because that defense couldn't stop somebody's grandma right now. They get torched against the run game. There is no corners out there. Name a starting corner for the Las Vegas Raiders. You don't even have to answer because you can't do it. You know why? Because they're scrubs. I could probably pick some people off the high school team out here that can cover better than these corners for the Raiders. Yes, I understand he fired the defensive coordinator. He was about 2 games too late, though. Rod Marinelli is not the answer. You need to either get a young, hot defensive coordinator from college or get Wade Phillips, who's proven that he can turn a defense around. Wade Phillips has never had a defense below rank number 14. Can you imagine if our defense was ranked number 14? First of all, we'd have at least 3 more wins. Therefore, we'd be in the playoffs. Second of all, the reason why John Gruden is aimed toward the doghouse with me. I understand that he has a very complex offense. I understand that it takes 3 years to get the offense down. Yes, Carr has the offense down. That's great. But the play calling is very, very vanilla. Where's the razzle dazzle? Every now and then you got to do something a little bit different to throw a team off balance. If 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 your team knows 1st and 10, it's going to be a handoff to Jacobs, you're going to stack 8 men in the box. If your team knows, hey, it's 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw it deep. What are we playing for? And yes, the offense has played well. There's always room for improvement, and that lies solely on the head coach. Gruden's not in my doghouse yet, but if I don't see some improvement next season, i.e., playoffs, nothing worse, playoffs. Because in 3 years, Jack Del Rio turned him into a 12-14 and got him to the playoffs. This will be year 4 under Gruden. I expect better.
Y'all biggest problem, you talking about your offense, your receivers are lacking. Your tight end is your best weapon. Your receivers don't
Well,
do anything.
what?
Aguilar started coming on, and let's hope that y'all keep him. But you take Aguilar out the equation, all you got is deep threats. You ain't got nobody that can run routes. You ain't nobody hitting slants, curls, comeback patterns. They just go, they fly patterns, and that's it. That
Well,
ain't gonna win you
Edwards
anything.
will come along, so I'm not worried about him. He's a rookie. And who's the dude that we got last year from San Diego? He's injured this year, but he'll be back next year.
I can't think of what it is, but you gotta hope he can do something because end of the day, yeah, Tyree can go deep for us, but Tyree also can run routes, and Robinson and Meacham can run routes also. That route running, I used to think it was a bullshit, but it's really a big thing. If you can't run routes, why are you there?
I agree. All right, real quick, let's head off into the latter stages here. I know we've been talking a lot about what's going on in 2020, and as we leave that behind, let's
Hmm.
focus on 2021, the year coming up.
Okay.
What are 5 goals or resolutions that you have for 2021?
Honestly, I don't even have any resolution or goals. I have I have feelings. I'll put it like this: the past 2 years for me have been not the best. They haven't even been okay. They just I've been there. By the grace of God, I've survived. I had employment through the majority of it. The last what is it? Was it last 7 months I didn't, but God chose to keep me afloat in every way possible. I thank God for that. My goal, I guess you could say, for 2021 is to feel like I matter. For the past years, I feel like I haven't mattered. The past 2 years, I felt the lowest of the low. There's no, I haven't, most people say lowest of the low, highest of the high. I felt the lowest of the low the past 2 years. Thankful, like the brotherhood that I had with you, my actual brothers and a couple others, that kind of kept me going. You have people when they flatline, then they think they dead and they kind of get that little jump up.
Yeah.
And they heart, that's where y'all would kick in. Y'all be my jump up. And I'm appreciative of that. But overall, I felt like a flatline the past 2 years. Felt like just a straight struggle with everything that was going on because I never experienced that before. I never dealt with any of that before. No example, no nothing. I had a cousin get divorced and he did it, then came back like it was nothing. I'm just like, well, damn, what about this? Just like it was nothing. And my whole thing is, we have to teach each other what's going on. That's why I instantly came to you about it because I knew you would teach me. But for me in 2021, I want to get out of the dark cloud and stay out of the dark cloud. I want to have daylight, have some maybe haze moments, but just daylight to where I can grow. I feel like I haven't grown in the past 2 years. Past 2 years, I feel like I've been on my knee, just begging to keep my life. Begging to not have to deal with this, that, and the third. With some of it, I need to deal with for that complete separation. So it's like I'm getting a rebirth after last week. Starting first of the year, it's gonna be like a rebirth to where there's nothing attached to my name outside of me and my daughters. Because she chose to go back to her maiden name or whatever. Hey, knock yourself out. I didn't care either way. That's what she chose to do. So on that aspect, it's a rebirth. Now my mindset is trying to get things back to normal. Cause like I lost, how people say they lost their sense of touch or whatever with this COVID.
Yeah.
I lost my sense of touch with music, and I'm a fucking DJ, so that's not a good thing. And it's like she was my connection. Like when my dad passed, he was my connection to music. That's how I grew up with him. Then one of our biggest bonds with me and her was music. We got combined. We had like damn near 9 CD books. You know how many fucking CDs that is? That's like carrying fucking crates. Ridiculous. And so that was one of our big bonds was our love for music. So when this happened, I instantly my ear just like turned off. So I think that's why I'm on podcasts so hard now because I listen to them more than music. So it's like this next year, I want to know that I matter, needed, I'm important, if that makes sense to you.
Yeah.
Like my daughters, they let me know I do. And it's good to see that my oldest, I can finally see her starting to get back to her normal self. So when they came yesterday, we was joking and playing. Last time we was joking and playing, and it was a beautiful thing to see because she was struggling. But she told me once I got back in the house and they mom went where she went that things felt right to her then. She says it felt right to her for me to be in the house and her mom be elsewhere, which kind of just threw me all off. I didn't expect to hear that. But kids can be truthful. But it's just for me, just want to feel in, just want to matter, want to be, someone who handles business, do what I need to do, and just not always be the one. Woe is me. Look what I got to deal with now. I just want to kind of be like, man, look what I did. Look at this. Look at not me. I'm not even one for attention, but it's just if I get it, I like for it to be something worthwhile, not another. I need a shoulder moment. That shit takes a toll on you, and it's so unnecessary. And I'm already knowing that. I mean, you have talked about this. I got a fight on my hands coming because I feel an attitude changing to where it's gonna be on some ignorant tug of war type shit at times, which I really don't care to, but I'm gonna stand my ground when I need to. So it's just getting away from all that bullshit and just enjoying life best I can to where I'm not under a dark cloud because I ain't did shit to nobody. I do my best and I do shit to anybody.
Right.
So just to be able to walk in the sun and not think twice about it, or not be in the crib hibernating, hiding from the world because you done been through so much. That's my goal for 2021. That's my goal right there.
Before
I
I
don't
get
have
my
anything
goals,
else as a
I just
goal.
want to say real quick, going back to where you began, where you said you felt like you didn't matter. Uh, Straight off the bat, you do matter. You definitely matter. That's the whole reason why we do this thing right here. So don't ever think that you don't matter, and trust me, sometimes the fight is long, sometimes it's hard, but in the end, you gonna be the one on top. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Don't let nothing get to you. Now, as far as my goals, I'm a simple man. I got simple goals. I'm a runner. And
Mm-hmm.
after that bullshit injury last year and coming back, my goal, first of all, we need races in 2021.
Yeah.
I think that's going to happen because in Wichita they proved that you can do it. They had protocols. We handled business. Nobody got sick or anything. So thank God for that. I would like to get under 27 minutes for my 5K at some point during the season. Um, I've been there before. I think I did one 2 years ago in 26 something. So I know I can get back down there. I need to get back to my guitar and learn how to play that damn guitar. I'm going to force myself to set aside time every day, at least 5 days a week, 30 minutes to an hour a day, just little exercises and things that I can do to pick it up and learn it. Where I'm struggling is I'm also learning how to read music because I do not know how to read music. So I'm trying to do both of them at the same time.
Okay.
I just thought I'd preface that so people like, damn, ain't he had that guitar for a year and he ain't learned how to play it yet? I'm learning how to read music too, so it's gonna take twice as long. Um, as a filmmaker, I'd like to do a couple short films this year, and I'd like to finish my Star Wars fan film, Soldiers and Scoundrels. I'm gonna pick that back up here in the next few months. I just need to. I'm gonna upgrade my computer because I got a lot of special effects and everything I need to do, and I think that'll help the podcast too by getting a new PC. And it's just part of the growth, the maturation. So hopefully I can get that going. I've got some things that I'm working on as far as writing, so I'm going to finish those up in 2021. And I want to do everything that I can to make the YouTube channel and this podcast better. And that's pretty much my goals. And I want to continue to be there for my friends and family in any way that I can be. And I just hope that, you know, God gives me the knowledge and the platform to reach out to people. And if that happens, if if all those things happen, 2021 is going to be more than a blessing. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. Now, before we close, real quick, we talked about what we want to accomplish in 2021. Overall for the year, whether it be political, entertainment related, whatever, what are you most looking forward to in 2021?
Um, we don't have anything I'm really looking forward to. No, I take it back. I take it back. Once all this pandemic stuff ends, I'm looking forward to next school year to see my daughter actually go into the high school. Seeing her actually be a legit sophomore and not her freshman year just be at home all year. I feel bad that she got robbed of that.
Yeah, but remember to take it as a positive. Be
Yeah,
thankful it wasn't her senior year, because I've seen a lot of seniors lose their final year to this COVID stuff.
yeah.
And
So just to see some milestones, be made within family that COVID might have hated on last year, that not this year. That's really it. Then I'm still trying to put together that event I was telling you about months ago with a couple of DJs and people doing photography, and still trying to get that figured out and had it kind of somewhat put together. Then COVID hit, so still just trying to figure that out, see if it's still possible to do, and just keep things going. I got connected with my good friend, and me and him got some things hopefully brewing because he got a karaoke and a video game truck.
that's
I
cool.
use him because that could benefit overall. So it's just, I said, it's really nothing like this got to happen in 2021. It's nothing like that or anything. Just want to just keep pushing forward, being the best dad I can do, and getting to this job and excel the best I can and grow. Main thing is growth.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing family members. Obviously, haven't seen a lot of them in a long time, and At least it feels like a long time to me. I'm looking forward to us doing a damn live stream in the same
Yeah,
place at the same time. So
that's definitely that's gonna happen this summer when you come up for the summer. Because remember, I still want the girls to do pictures. We definitely doing that.
yeah, we
That
gonna
that's
make it
definitely
happen.
gonna happen.
We gonna definitely make it happen. All right, I'm gonna close out the show here. I just want to tell everybody thank you for your support. Thanks for watching and listening.
I,
And
before we close, I got one for you. And I
oh,
literally just saw this,
okay,
and this had me thinking. Because you have how many siblings do you have?
I have two of each.
Older.
No, everybody's younger than me.
Oh, so you're the old. Okay. So so you saw. Would you say you saw more rough times than they did, or is it equal?
I would say it's probably equal because we're all, even though I'm older, we're all close within a year or two. That's about it.
Okay. Now, the reason why I say that, 'cause I listened to this podcast before, and what made me, I'm watching that, and I was like, oh shit, it's 9 o'clock. That's long gone for ours. And she was talking to her sister. Her sister got like 4 or 6 year gap or whatever. And it was intriguing because she was like, you don't realize that two people can grow up in the same household and you say they'll be different, but in all actuality, they see their living differently. And so that sparked my mind. I was just like, how true is that? Because, for me, I got 3 brothers, 3 sisters. Before as ones that live together, it was 1 brother, 1 sister, or sometimes 2 brother, 1 sister. So it got me to wondering who sees it, who saw it one way, who saw it another way. So I was just wondering, like, do you really think that's how it is? Like with you and your siblings, do you think each one of y'all saw how y'all live, how y'all was living and brought up in completely different visions, or was y'all on the same page?
I think they would say that they saw it differently because they probably thought that, I got more favoritism and stuff like that, which wasn't true. I mean, it's just the fact that, yeah, I was the older sibling, and where it might seem to them like I would get away with more,
Uh
I had more freedom because I showed more responsibility.
huh.
Now, as far as the podcast you were watching, I saw a TV commercial when you have your first baby. Oh
Uh
man, you handle everything with kid gloves. You walk on pins and needles around that child. You do everything by the book. When you get the second child, it's like, just throw them in the car seat, whatever. Just do
yeah.
this, just do that, because as parents, now you're used to it. So as parents, they do things differently once they have the second and third child. So that's
Mm-hmm.
going to reflect differently on the children themselves. So I
Okay.
get that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to ask
Right.
my siblings because that really kind of sparked my mind.
Yeah, I mean, I think as a matter of fact, every child that has siblings sees things differently. It's just by default.
Okay, that works. All right, well, that's all I had. That was up in my mind or whatever. That's all I got.
All right. Well, like I said, everybody, thank you so much for your love, support. It's been a hell of a 2020, but by the time y'all see us again, it'll be 2021. Be safe out there. Don't party too hard. We love you. Kevin, take us on home. Y'all stay positive, stay blessed.
All right, everybody. First off, hey, it's been a good start to this, Mr. Magoo. I don't know what Richard's doing with this. This is really fucking with me. Next thing you know, he gonna be on Transformer 38 or something. He gonna be like the old white dude wasn't the last one. You gonna be he's Professor J or something. I don't know. What I'll say just from where I've been to where I am now, if you know somebody's had a rough year, check on them. Make sure they good. Even if you just, take one, go buy them a drink. And a drink could be motherfucking pop. They don't have to be, a drink. Take them, just to clear their head and make sure they good. It'll go a long fucking way. Trust me. Um, that being said, Hey, you know, if you're a goal person, put you some goals together, do whatever. Y'all want to come on here and holler at us, debate with us? Hey, you're welcome to do that too. As long as you confess your love for the Chiefs, that's all that matters. And on that note, from the top of the mountain, looking down on you peasants that are Raider fans, from the home of the Chiefs. Holler at your boy, but don't yell.
See y'all later. Take care.
Holla.